Good to see you.
I swear I see wisps in my dreams now.
We need to carefully plan our next move. I'm still weirded out by this fade crap, but this part is kinda cozy.
Places between.
exciting, isn't it? I'm excited.
You're going to have to catch me up here.
Oh, just everything. What we're doing, everything we're learning, the lighthouse.
Considering where that's led us, I'd take less of all three.
seen a glowing crystal, have you? About this big?
In the pantry?
It, might be moving around. Crawling, even.
I'll keep watch.
Who do we have here?
Look at all those green leaves. You've really brought this place to life.
Amazing what a little weeding and water can do. They're growing so fast, too. Even the ones I haven't tended. Maybe they just needed someone to remind them?
Must be 2 more. That's the second. 1 more to go. Okay, that did something.
Onward, dweller.
I wonder if the crows offer lessons, or just training, even.
Looking to learn their techniques?
Oh, no, not that. I don't want to be an assassin. Not really. But it's always good to learn new things, some of them assassin adjacent.
Not scary at all.
I'm not published exactly, but I do produce a pamphlet for local Fade scholars. Oh, I never imagined.
Your coin helps, and there's some good bargains out there for you. Good luck with your contracts.
Greetings, Rook. I am Air, one who provides training for Antivan crows.
You're not a crow yourself?
Not as such, but we are frequently at their service. That answer suits them, as it should suit you.
Can anyone hire you for training?
I've never been hired. Ours is a boon that is granted, and I have no part in deciding who receives it. Not that it would matter. From what I observe, you are beyond any training I could impart.
Who are you currently training?
The fledglings, among others. To be an assassin is to know both the means and meaning of ending a life. It is difficult. A crow's response to a war is quite different than the response to a contract.
Occupied. The insult of it.
It's more than insulting.
It's salt in the wound. And that is my purview.
I could have daggers in 100 necks by nightfall.
No doubt. But more necks would present themselves tomorrow.
I have other daggers.
Am I interrupting?
Forgive Thea. She gets testy when a contract is delayed.
Help me out here. What contract?
One that may involve you.
You want help against the gods. We want Treviso free. We now think they may be the same problem. The occupation has a face. The Antam commander, Keith Lord Butcher Dathrata. But Viago thinks killing him outright is short-sighted.
The Butcher took the city suspiciously fast. Removing him is useless if someone else can repeat that, with the help of gods or something else. Despite it being the outcome, assassination is not about killing, it's about sending a message.
And what message would that be?
The Crows rule Antiva, and Treviso will be free.
You're in charge? Antiva has a king.
And the power of a king is enforced by armies. Antiva has no army. It has the Crows.
There's a reason Antivan coins have portraits of guild leaders, not royalty. We're patriots. Crows can't field a battalion, but we protect our nation our way.
Butcher Dathrata. What do you know about him?
The Antam army fractured, split among warlords, and he seems to have kept the most traditional discipline. And the rank and file like it. His numbers keep growing, but the Butcher himself is odd.
Odd how?
He gives daily speeches about how the occupation is somehow merciful. And the way he talks, it's familiar. It's like he thinks he belongs here. And I won't have it.
Sounds like you think the occupation wasn't just about force.
Cruel as the Butcher is, he didn't break the city with a siege. It was sudden and complete.
Like he had it all mapped. Where to march and what to close off to choke resistance.
He had inside information? Spies?
He had something.
And until we know what it was, killing him isn't the contract.
Gods care about taking Treviso?
The Butcher wants Treviso. The gods may just want the Antam.
But Antam distrust magic and outright fear demons. They should be enemies.
Power can turn anyone against their own interests, their own people.
Helping the Crows helps everyone in the long run. What's the first step to your message?
We have a scout named Dareth. He said he was onto something the Butcher was hiding.
He was in the Drown district, so that's a place to start. Find our Crow and help with his contract.
Find your Crow. Then what?
We break this occupation. We craft the message one step at a time.
And when we finally assassinate the person who leashed Treviso, that death will tell everyone. The Crows rule Antiva, and Treviso will be free. I've noted the location of Dareth and his cousin, Jacobus, in the Drown district. They're always together. Jacobus will be eager to help, Perhaps too eager for one so young.
Can you blame him? We've all lost too much to this occupation.
What did you think of the Khachapuri? The ones that didn't catch fire?
They're a real treat, Belle.
The Antam ordered me out of my house. I don't have anywhere else to go.
Rook.
The market never stops, even during occupation.
So many things you could buy. How do you choose?
Excellent taste. We have all sorts of medicines here for all sorts of people. You need anything for your comfort?
You let Tia know. Tia can help. If you're not sure what you need, just ask Tia quietly.
Can I help you with anything?
Welcome. Your body is a sacred vessel, and I can provide you with the proper...
The Anthem almost shut us down because they don't like magic. But once I explained the vibration to her, they let it.
Welcome. Whether you're looking for functional blades or authorized display replicas, you're in the right place.
Greetings.
One time, under a Dea Cantori, dueled with a blade I sold her. She held it up under she won and everything.
If the Major cares so much for Treviso, he'll make sure we have the proper ingredients for this risotto.
Can I help you find anything?
Left the Cune to get away from Antum assholes. Now they're here anyway.
Fine.
Welcome to the Dapper Duelist. We favor lighter wear here, but have heavier armor in stock as well. All our clothing is resistant to bloodstains.
choice cuts. Try some lamb. Very good.
Banjovantam, stop moving.
There's the place. Keep your eyes open. We may not be the only ones interested.
Ranged incoming!
Don't worry. Tea and Viago sent us.
Just kill all the Antam! That's got it. They killed Darren! They killed my cousin! Finish this! They're weak on the left. Got them!
That's done. Are you Jacobus?
Dareth, my cousin. They... Please, you have to finish Dareth's contract. It's about the Butcher. My cousin was going to spy on the Butcher. He told me we'd pick up the contract from a dead drop. But then... someone has to finish this for Dareth. Please.
We will. You should get back to the diamond.
I will, just give me a minute.
We should... That note said Dareth should pick up the contract at the usual place across from Taya and Viago. Just follow the marks. Maybe a mark one crow would leave for another?
I spotted something on the walls. Earlier, I mean.
Let's go look. That looks like a crow mark. A kind of quick splatter you can throw. That's gotta be Dareth's trail. Keep an eye out. Another mark this way.
So this is Treviso now.
Have some hope. The crows haven't given up.
They won't last much longer if the...
Here's another crow mark.
I just started my carpenter's apprenticeship. Now Uncle and I are on the streets thanks to these Antam.
Well, back to our point. Old stories about the Dreadwolf, about Solus. Do you think they're all about him?
What do you mean?
Maybe most of them are his, but over time the truth shifts and there's been a lot of time. Sometimes it's convenient to pin a story on someone else, or take credit for another one.
Huh. He could have lied or inspired other liars, I guess that fits, but it makes things even more confusing.
Everybody here used to sneer at Canary inside the bar. Now the Antam are in charge, and these horns are my ticket to better things.
Our next crow mark. Another mark. This is where the marks lead. Gareth's contract must be here somewhere. The butcher is making poison. Comic.
I've heard of it. It does things to your mind. Nothing pleasant.
If I were the butcher, it'd be a good way to keep people in line. The Antam brought in a comic master to mix the poison. He's at the garrison. We stop him there before this goes any further. Almost there.
Do you ever... Wonder what the fade smells like to a squirrel?
No.
Keep a grip. On the ground soon.
choose to exist.
We're in. Let's find the comic master.
Crows fight us for Treviso, that is true. We respect the fight and the prize. I command you to ignore whisperers. I command you to ignore traitors. This place is forbidden!
Incoming!
Made it through that one.
Come to me! Prove my worth!
I'm here on behalf of the crows, poisoner.
Poisoner? No. You face the gift of the gods!
How is he even talking? He's completely blinded.
We'll ask questions after it's dead. Keep at it. We can't let this thing out. Think we've just about... It's done. The comic master's dead.
Thank goodness. Hate those things.
First things first. Let's destroy the rest of the poison. Then we figure out what was going on here. That's the last of the poison, thankfully. Let's look for anything else that explains what's happening. Wait, this note says that wasn't all the comic. The Butcher's angry because some went missing.
What? Who stole it?
No idea. But the note does mention the Butcher's inside traitor. The occupation had help. Taya and Viago need to know they were right.
I told you crows to stay out of this!
Out of what? Defending our home?
If we had a stronger civil government instead of a bunch of circus criminals, the Antam wouldn't have a foothold in the first place!
Circuses charge admission. We did all that for free.
This is Governor Evenchi. They have concerns.
My concern is how you've endangered the city.
We're defending Antiva.
These protections are in place for the good of everyone. You act without oversight.
We crows are the oversight.
And yet, here we are, awash in Antam. And now, you've angered the Butcher.
It's bigger than whatever it is you're whining about. The gods are corrupting some of the Antam.
And the Butcher?
You two were right. He had help taking the city. Human traitors.
I didn't want to believe it. Killing the Butcher does nothing if someone could just sell us out again.
I'd start right here. You Talons are known for infighting and betrayal.
You're accusing them? One of their crows died for this contract.
That's enough. Rook, thank you for finishing that contract. The only reward we have is to ask you for more.
I'm here for whatever hurts the gods.
Evenchi is right about one thing. The Butcher will not like that we're fighting back.
We need to be ready. Rook, I will have every crow tracking this traitor and the gods, and we will send word when we find something.
The stakes are too high. This should be left to proper officials.
Go back to filing trade receipts, Evenchi. The crows rule Antiva.
And Treviso will be free. With or without you, Governor.
Are you okay, Jacobus?
No. After we lost our families, Derek and I promised we'd look out for... I hate the Antam so much!
Your coin helps, and there's some good bargains out there for you. I'm always open.
You don't have to answer this if you don't want to, Lucanis, but how did the Venatori stick you with spite?
They fed me something. Like he was a parasite in uncooked meat.
You know, I've spent lots of time around demons, but I've never heard of them being used that way.
Zara said she got the idea from some cult in Orlais. They used it on Seekers, who are immune to demons. Come on. Ilario will meet us at Cafe Pietra. It's not that far from here. We have time before he arrives. I wouldn't mind looking around a while. The markets are running. Good. I need to get some things while we're here. Treviso. I barely had time to look around when we returned from the ossuary.
This place, does it feel very different?
In some ways, more than I expected. But then, perhaps it's me. Ah, here.
A potted plant?
For Harding's garden. Spearmint is supposed to calm bad dreams. It's good in desserts, too.
So, you and Ilario are cousins?
Yes, but we're more like brothers. Katarina took us both in, a long time ago now. Here's the place. Bellara mentioned the daily seafood recipe she wants to make.
The demon of Virantium is grocery shopping for the team?
Have you seen what they eat? It's a miracle you didn't all starve before you hired me.
When we met, it didn't seem like Ilario and Katerina were close.
It was hard to be close to her, even for me. And I was her favorite.
In a duel to the death, everything matters, including fashion.
Fresh fruit. Nev only eats fried fish. You'd think a detective would have discovered scurvy by now.
Is that everything on the list?
Yes, and Ilario should be here by now. Let's go before he gets himself in trouble.
You can't buy something for everyone but yourself. Here, this is for you.
A wyvern tooth dagger? I loved wyverns as a boy. Katarina would never let me have one of these, though. Cafe Pietra's just ahead.
That's where we're meeting your cousin? Why not the casino?
House Cantori has many talents. Making coffee is not one of them.
Finally. I thought you might leave me here all by my lonesome.
Please. You think I'd ever pass up Cafe Pietra's coffee?
You see, Rook, my cousin is all stomach and no heart.
Don't mind him. Ilario cannot appreciate anything but himself. They serve a specialty roast here. Andoral's breath. Bitter and sweet, like a kiss goodbye. You should try it.
Right. I know we came here for coffee, but I prefer tea.
Ugh.
So is there a reason we're not talking about Ilario's information or what?
We're still being spied on.
No, the last one just left. Couldn't take your coffee talk.
So, you have something?
The crows I sent after Sarah have picked up her trail. They say she's gone to Virantium.
I have a friend who's very good at finding people.
Katerina was first Talon. This is crow business. We can handle it.
Apparently not. Your lead is no good, cousin.
You have better information?
We're compromised. There's no other way Zara could even touch Katerina. You need your eyes here, in Antiva.
Zara would never be foolish enough to stay. Not with you out for blood.
Of course she would. If the crows protecting her are here.
Rook, reason with him, would you? He's being paranoid.
I am not paranoid. She came after me. She came after Katerina. She will come for you too.
If it'll make you feel better, I'll clean house, all right? Leave this to me.
He's gone.
Of course he is. Ilario always caves under pressure.
Let him. Crow business or not, we'll find Zara ourselves.
Good.
I've never seen you this content before. What happened?
It's starting to sink in that I'm out. It's strange, like a wound that's suddenly numb. These simple moments, they're the stuff of life, worth fighting for. How's your tea?
Bold and refreshing. I feel ready for anything. Ready to head back to the lighthouse?
Almost.
abundance.
Brooke, up to something.
How did you get so good at fixing alluvians?
Oh, it's mostly a survival thing. Accidentally release a couple demons or rile up the local wildlife with misdirected magic a few times and you learn what not to do.
Oh.
Rook, do you have a minute?
Of course. Something wrong?
Thea wants to meet.
That doesn't sound like a bad thing.
She wants to plan Katerina's funeral.
Oh, right.
If you don't mind, I could use some backup. In case Spike gets out of hand.
Let's not keep Taya waiting.
For me?
Fewer people than I expected. Let's find Asher.
Asher?
The Viper. He prefers to be called Asher in private. Said I could tell you.
Raining again.
I once heard that it was all the magic that...
Trouble in the Anvalanim. Darkspawn.
But those tunnels are safe passage for...
I know. We've had to close that entrance.
I know Darkspawn. I'll help. No time to waste. Those Darkspawn have to be destroyed before they get out into the city.
If you get through, signal the all clear at the hidden door.
This is troubling. Darkspawn in the city.
And in one of the worst places. The shadows rely on those tunnels to rescue people.
Odd. Anvalanim is the ancient elven word for womb.
Huh. Interesting.
Talk to Lorelei. She's the boss.
Welcome to the shop. I'm Lorelei. Anything you need, just ask. Keep safe out there.
I'm Hector. I watch the front. Make sure things are quiet.
Rook.
Good to meet you. Be careful out there. Rook? Rook?
Seriously, do I know you from somewhere?
You know the Aquarian? Search for treasure.
The Anvalanim should have an entrance this way. The passage is hidden by a wall carving. Keep an eye out. Venatori. Why are they so close to the shop? Got you covered.
There. Is that the wall carving you mentioned?
That's the one. There's a switch behind the serpent's head on the left.
Got it.
Like the ossuary, but without the view.
Oh, yes. There's definitely blight down here. Don't like the sound of that.